Hello, calculus scholars. Today we're going to do skill 22. So we're going to look at the derivatives of some special cases. So we're going to look at the derivative of e to the x and natural log of x. So we're just going to write down some of the basic rules here. First function here. So let's say we have a derivative of e to the u, where u is some exponent. So u could be, something like 2x squared plus 2, could be like sine of x. So this general format. So if we were to take the derivative of this, it would be e to the u du. And let's say that we had a natural log. E is kind of like tied with natural log. So this would be 1 over u du. So we kind of treat these like chain rule. So these are your basic rules of what you're going to see in this skill. Let's actually take a look at some examples. So we treat these examples a lot like the chain rule. So our u is the exponent. And we're just going to kind of like generalize here. So for instance, on this one, our u is 9x to the 5th plus 9x to the 4th. And then our du would be 45 x to the 4th plus 36 x cubed. So if I'm like writing this in terms of u, I write y is equal to e to the u. So therefore, the derivative would be e to the u du. And all what I need to put in is that my u is 9x to the 5th plus 9x to the 4th. And then I just multiply this by the du, which is 45 x to the 4th plus 36 x cubed. And that's our final answer. It's not glamorous, but it is, as a matter of fact, our final answer. Let's just look at one more example and see that this is not a fluke. So I like to write my u and my du first. This is very chain rule. It is, kind of a variation of chain rule. So let's say I get negative 20x to the 4th minus 28x cubed. So then I just write y equals e to the u. So its derivative would be e to the u du. And then I, of course, substitute the u and du back in. And I get that y prime is equal to e to the negative 4x to the 5th minus 7x to the 4th. And then my du would be negative 20x to the 4th minus 28x to the 3rd. And that is my y prime. All right. Now let's take a look at the close cousin of e, the natural log. So here's some examples here. So if I say natural log of, what comes after the of is the u. So I'm going to still do my u and my du. So my u is going to be 8x to the 5th. And then my du is going to be 40x to the 4th. So my y is natural log of u. And then my y prime would be 1 over u du. So I write this as 1 over 8x to the 5th times 40x to the 4th. And Delta Math will accept the answer in this format. All right, let's look at a little more complicated expression. It's still the same idea. So I write my u. So it's what's the of, natural log of 3x to the 5th minus 4x to the 4th. And then my du is going to be 15x to the 4th minus 16x cubed. And then my y is the natural log of u, and my y prime would be 1 over u du. So I'm going to write this as 3x to the 5th minus 4x to the 4th times 15x to the 4th minus 16x to the 3rd. So you'll get some e to the x and some natural log of x type of problems. I like to hit these derivatives because in the real world, we do a lot of like modeling with like exponential and logarithmic functions. So I think it is really good for you to know the derivatives of these. All right, I'm going to give you a problem or worth your while here. And this is the case of the finding the derivative at a point. So what we can notice here is that there's kind of two types of functions going on. So it's a product rule. So maybe I'll call this my f part and I'll call this my g part. So I'm going to kind of treat this as a product rule first. Now, what we kind of see here is that the derivative of e to the x is just e to the x, and then the derivative of that exponent would be 1. And then my f prime would be -2. So I'm going to write this as fg prime plus f prime g. So I'm going to put that this is -2x plus 3 times e to the x plus -2 e to the x. And we want to substitute 2 in. So I'm going to do -2 times 2 plus 3 times e to the 2 plus -2 e to the 2. Now a plus and a minus just become minus. Here I got -4 plus 3, so that's -1 e squared minus 2 e squared. So that's going to get me a -3 e squared. And of course, with all of these, you know, this is what you plug in. So that concludes skill 22. So thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.